Do you want to know the secret to standing out as a coding beginner? The reality is that most beginners never push through the basics, and the fact that you're watching this video shows that you're already ahead of them. So in this video, I'm going to share with you tips and actionable advice that you can follow to get ahead of 99% of coding beginners by doing what they are not doing or what they are afraid of doing somehow. So please stick around and have this video. By the way, my name is Idoka Kasi. I'm a front-end developer and a technical writer. Welcome back to my channel. The very first thing that you have to start doing is going that extra mile. In this space, many people just stop at basics. Okay, they say we should learn CSS, just learn CSS and stop there. No, go the extra mile. In your project, in everything you're doing, just try and do that extra thing. Yeah, for example, I go on GitHub sometimes to check projects that, okay, let me just see this project and see if I can contribute or collaborate. And you see random comments like FFA, FBA, random dash and all those things. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. You should take, at least for that GitHub, for example, take some time to describe the commit. Show, for example, what you did. And sometimes I will just do something and I did a lot of things. I just write, okay, cleared my phone validation, corrected user authentication, and much more. It gives the person an idea of what I did in that commit. Do you get? That one is for it. Then secondly is the readme files I see on GitHub. Sometimes readme files are just blank. You said I should read you, but what should I read here? So that readme file too is another thing. Then another thing that I also started doing that helped my project is writing about my project. Yeah, I don't post some of them, but I can just finish building a project now. I'll write about it, write about the concept I learned, write about everything literally, and sometimes I create LinkedIn posts from it as well. It helps. Those things help you stand out as a beginner. Then even currently, I now, if I want to build a project, I'll even get my system design document, SDD, FRD, and all those things. You know, it gives you that serious vibe. So if you're just doing the bare minimum today, please stop it. If you want to stand out, you have to go that extra mile. Some projects you just see lorem ipsum whatever, like how can't you just generate some things that make you feel more natural, make you feel like you are serious? That's like one. And I assure you, any recruiter that comes to see your GitHub, your project, and they're so well articulated, they are going to get impressed, honestly. So today, go that extra mile. Another thing that that holds many beginners back is the fear of judgment. So keep that fear of judgment by the side and learn in public, please. If you're a beginner now, don't just learn, keep your projects to yourself, keep your things private. In this space, keeping your things private don't work. Please show us what you know. Like I said in my other videos, nobody will know what you know if you don't show it. And honestly, beginners miss that part. I also miss that part because I was scared, imposter syndrome and all that. But if you start learning in public, it's going to make the whole process a lot easier. You might even see someone that is willing to hire you as a beginner. You don't even know much, just basic things. I've seen people it happen to just basic things. By sharing it, they get jobs. Another thing learning in public helps you do, it helps you build accountability and even credibility as well. I mean, you can't just jump out of somewhere and start saying that you know something. What is your process? When did you learn this thing? It helps give you credibility. It also keeps you accountable, kind of. If you know there's some people that are looking up to you for some reason, people that are constantly commenting on your posts, people that are seeing your project, it's going to keep you accountable and even going to build meaningful connections. Another thing that helps beginners stand out in this space is joining uncomfortable challenges. I know why I added uncomfortable, because they are not going to be easy. I see some beginners, they go on front-end mentor. Is that front-end mentor? The front-end masters, the one that does every week coding project. If you recreate the design, they give you move to the next level, something like that. Some go on HackerRank, some follow some lead code and all that. I feel those uncomfortable challenges help you stand out because you just know the basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python that every other person knows. What else do you know? Do you get it? I remember clearly when I did my 100 days of coding challenge, and it was uncomfortable, but it really skyrocketed my learning process. It was in my 3rd month of learning that I decided to go on that 100 days of coding challenge. And you know what? I didn't keep it to myself. I brought it to Twitter because I know that if I have posted it somehow, I would not like to slack. So that 100 days of coding challenge helped me because for every week I had a coding concept to learn, I had a project to build. It doesn't mean you code for 100 days, 100 hours a day or whatever, but it just means that for every single day that passes by, let it be that you did some coding work, even if it's just reading coding concepts. So joining uncomfortable challenges like these ones I mentioned are going to help you stand out as a beginner. And don't just join them and keep them to yourself. Please share it on social media. You see, social media is important in this space, and I won't stop emphasizing it. I was going through my 100 days of coding tweets, and all I could do was smile, because man, growth is real. Growth is real. So if you are interested, you could get some people that are also interested in the comment section. You guys can pair up and you just do your 100 days of coding, or 30 days of coding, or 50 days of coding. Anyone. Another thing that will help you stand out in this space is don't just build generic projects. Okay, don't rush. Don't build generic projects. By this I mean, like, don't just see a project and start building it. Let there be a purpose, let there be a goal to that project. For example, any project you see me building, there's definitely a concept I want to learn from that project. Well, unless I'm just like bored and I feel like, let me just play around with something, and then I don't even do high impact tasks. It's just like something lightweight, like some basic designs and all that. But if not, please build projects with purpose. Any project you want to build, let there be a purpose to it, let there be a goal to it, let there be concepts that you want to learn to that project. If you want to learn something like Flexbox now, you should build something like an e-commerce app that's going to have different sections, and of course different boxes and columns that will help you learn it. So if you don't approach your projects like that, if you just see this project and say, let me just build this project without any purpose, you are going to be stuck like the 99%. The next thing I'm going to tell you is for you to be consistent. Be consistent, not overwhelmed. Consistency does not mean coding 8 hours a day. If you are doing 1 hour or 2 hours a day, just be doing it that way as a beginner. You know, many beginners, they code for some time, they get frustrated, then they stop. 1 year later, they come back and they're asking lots of questions. So if you want to stand out as a beginner, from now on, don't stop again. Just be consistent. 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, depending on your time schedule, you are going to be better. Another thing that's going to help you stand out as a beginner in this space is for you to start applying to jobs early. Yes, start applying to jobs early. If you don't start applications early, so when you feel you are ready, you will never be ready. Honestly, you are never going to feel ready in this space, because things are coming up, frameworks are coming out. So that job application is something I am grateful that I started applying early. Even if you're not applying, go and check out jobs in your niche. If it's a Python programming job that you want, check it out, see the requirements, see the ones that are plus, bonus, necessary, the ones that are the core. It really helped me, because when I first started, I didn't know anything about cross-browser compatibility, I didn't know anything about SEO, I didn't know unit testing, I didn't know integration testing and all that. So when I started checking out jobs, I started seeing all these things. I'm like, what is this one? What is SEO? What is this one? I started browsing them and I got ideas, and now I know them. So even if it's not for you to get the job, it also gives you tips for application questions as well. There's this one that I applied when I just did HTML and CSS, and they even called me. Funny enough, they asked me in the interview question that I should look at their web application and find any mistakes on it. Honestly, I looked from the beginning of that app to the end, there was no single mistake. There might have been a mistake, but because I didn't know anything, I didn't spot it. And you know, the thing is that I didn't regret that I didn't get the job. I was happy that, so this is what you ask in interview. So if you're a beginner, just craft a basic resume. Even if you don't have a portfolio, don't bother about like a basic resume. Then have your project links close by, so that even if they say bring your project, you just bring out your projects and all that. Then apply to jobs, see the questions, see the requirements and all that. It's going to help you stand out. You don't need to feel ready. Nobody ever feels ready in this space. Also, for the jobs, you can just target startups or companies that are within the scale of 2 to 50, 2 to 40, because that's where you're going to get employed most times, unless you're now maybe lucky, you have a CS degree and all that. But most times, you just target startups and all that, and it's going to really help you. Startups, you can also do freelancing gigs. You can even join all these hackathons. Yeah, hackathons help as well. The last but not the least that is going to help you stand out in this space and get ahead of 99% of other beginners is networking. Yeah, sounds cliche, but networking is very important. If you are just on your own, you don't like interacting with anybody, you are not going to thrive in this space. Honestly, you are going to be stuck. Try to network with other beginners. You can even join coding communities, you can join groups, just collaborate with people. It's not just about jobs. Honestly, if you are just networking with people to get jobs, to get opportunities for your own interests, I'm sure you're going to get frustrated. But if you are networking to meet people, there are many amazing people in this space, and honestly, if you're not networking, you are not going to find them. I've met a lot of amazing people. So if you're networking with the right intentions of gaining connections, knowing people, knowing good people in the space, growing as a developer, you're going to get better. And if you are interested, we have an online community on Discord here, the Growing Developers Community, Growing Devs, that you can join, where about 40 of us are collaborating, learning and growing in this coding space. So if you are interested, please put down a comment. I'll send you a link that you're going to join with. And like I said before, standing out as a beginner requires you doing what other beginners are not doing. Network with others, learn in public, share your projects, collaborate with other people, apply to jobs, and most importantly, build projects with purpose. If this video gave you an idea on tool, please like, comment, and share this video with any coding beginner that you know in your contact list. Also, subscribe to my channel if you found my content helpful. I love you all and see you in another video. Bye.